Hello. So, we're here today to investigate why do men cheat? It's a question that women have been asking for a very, very long time. I don't even know if men know why they cheat. So, we're going to ask the Most High God, the Creator of all, to come in and answer this question for us as best as is possible, according to what cards we have available. Okay? So, why do men cheat? Uh-huh. They like to say, I'm a man, that's what men do. Really? Because the thing is, women can actually, well, I can't speak for all women. I can speak for myself. I'm the type of woman who can be with the same man for a very, 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 very long time. I'm talking about 70, 80, 90, and beyond years. One man. Just one. I think that part of the reason why people, well, we're focusing on the men right now. Part of the reason why men cheat is because of an over overindulging in sexual activity. I feel like there's no discipline applied. So because they have access to the female's goods, they just indulge and indulge and indulge and indulge, and then eventually it's like they get bored. I feel that's a large part of why men cheat. They get bored with the overindulgence of the one they've got, so then they move on to something new. Another reason I feel men cheat. Oh, we got traditional culture. Yeah, it's become part of our culture. But from my own perspective, another reason why I feel men cheat, besides being bored with the sex that they're getting at home, is because they lack the ability to communicate clearly. So when they can't communicate clearly with the one that they're with when going through difficulty, they just kind of shut down and go out to entertain themselves. So that's another reason why men cheat. It's like running away from the heaviness of relationship, which is communication and sorting out problems. But a typical part of life is problem solving. There's problem solving everywhere. So problems in a relationship should not be a reason to go and seek comfort from somebody else. In your relationship with your children, challenge. At work, challenge. Even dealing with your own self, challenge. Dealing with parents, challenge. Cooking food, challenge. Washing clothes, challenge. Everything is challenge. So why is it that when it comes to having a challenge in your relationship with someone who is supposed to be there for you, not only in the good times, but also especially in the bad, instead of trying to work things out, instead of trying to get yourselves to understand each other, you run away. You can't be bothered. I understand that some people don't know how to express themselves properly, speaking from the women's point of view. Sometimes maybe what she's saying is more a bother when it comes to how she's saying it. So I feel that overall it's just a lack of maturity that make men cheat. A lack of self-discipline. So anyway, let's hear what God has to say about why men cheat. Yeah, it's annoying, okay? Now, the thing is, if you're the type of man who like to have more than one woman because it's just your thing, I feel like you should do the honorable thing and mention it to the one that you're with, or the one that you're getting with, I should say, the one that you're getting with. It would be nice if you let us know before we get involved with you that you are the type to have somebody on the side. You are the type, you're not the one woman type of man. It would be nice if you could tell us that straight up so that we can make a conscious decision as to whether or not we want to get involved in that type of lifestyle or not. Because if you lead us to believe that we can count on you for exclusivity, okay, and you breach that, it's actually an offense. It becomes an offense then. If you lead her to believe that you're a one woman type of man, and then it turns out that you're not, when you start indulging in extracurricular women, that's where you offend her. Now, me personally, I've always said, and I do believe that when it comes to relationships, same way you have family court, I feel that there need to be some kind of rules and regulation when it comes to relationships, because too many people get broken into pieces because of falsehoods in relationships, because of people using them. It's a proper jungle when it comes to relationships. There's not much civility, there's not much order, there's not much discipline involved when it comes to a romantic relationship between a man or a woman, when it comes to marriages. And that is very, very unhealthy. How many people have died as a result of a bad relationship? How many people have killed as a result of a bad relationship? So it's a serious issue, and I feel like we need to do the responsible thing and address it with the level of maturity that the situation calls for. It's not okay to cheat, gentlemen. If you are a polygamist, tell us so we can decide if we want to play a part in that lifestyle or not. Another reason why I think you people cheat is because you have too much fucking time on your hands. You don't have proper goals, you don't have proper ambitions, and you have a lot of free time. You get bored. But if you're trying to build with a woman and you seriously want to build with a woman, then cheating is one way to dissolve the relationship. And after you've bought businesses, after you've had children, after you've mixed up your monies, it's a terrible thing to have to now dissolve that relationship, dissolve all those entanglements. Okay, we need to be smart about relationships now. My thing is, when I get into a relationship, is I need to have my own place. I don't care if we're married or not. I think that it's about time that we start to secure ourselves from the time we're going into these relationships, so that when it does dissolve, everybody is okay. Nobody is left in pieces. Okay? When you're getting into a relationship, you should maintain your own friendships. your own social life, maintain your own bank account, your own income, you have your own house, your own car. And if you can, in the house that you live in, have your own room. So even if you live together, make sure you have your own still. And if you rent out your house, make sure you keep a space just in case of emergency. Always have something that you can fall on so that you're not inconvenienced by having to be around people who are not treating you with the level of respect and consideration that you know you deserve. Because it doesn't matter how beautiful you are as a woman, how talented you may be, how rich you are, how smart you are, how kind you are, how humble you are, how submissive you are. You name them. Chances are you will still get cheated on. Mind you, all men are not like that. But how many of them are like that in this time? Almost 100%. Because to them, I'm a man and that's what men do. So they have no desire to stop, first of all. Let's come to terms with the reality. They have no desire to stop. They have no desire to change. And they have no motivation to stop or change because we still give ourselves to them. We still make ourselves available to them. So it's like no matter what he does to you, you're not going anywhere anyway. So ladies, why aren't you going anywhere? Cheating hurts. It's very dangerous because he can bring in diseases for you. He can link up with some obsessive woman who decides she wants to get you out of the way. Get you and your children out of the way so that she can have the man all to herself. And side chicks, why do you like to feel like you're so special when a man cheat with you on his woman? Do you think he's going to be more faithful to you? Do you think that he's cheating on his woman because she can't hold him? Can't hold him? And do you think that you'll be able to hold his attention enough that he chooses not to cheat on you? How often does that happen? I'm not saying it's impossible, but highly unlikely. Especially if you don't have any history, you don't have any fraction of a bond built up between you two. He has no reason to respect you like that. Especially if you know he got a girl. I've been the side piece before. I was a respectable side piece, mind you. I wasn't one of them loud, controlling, want to get the wife out the way kind of side piece. I was the side piece that would say, if you know your wife loved you, you need to take your ass home to your wife and leave me alone. Because I'm with you because I figure that you're without love and you need somebody, and I'm without love and need somebody, so why not us be each other's somebody? But if you know you got a good thing going on at home, then why the fuck are you here? You need to leave. That's the type of side piece that I was. You're not more special than the wife. You're just entertainment 99% of the time. And you're temporary. Never forget that. I'm in my bed because I had to be comfortable for this one. Oh, look at the bottom of the deck. Immaturity. Precisely. Because there's nobody telling you not to have 4 or 5 women if you want to. We're just saying, can you let me know that that's who you are? Can you tell me that that's the type of man that you are so that I can decide whether or not I want to roll with you and these personality traits or not? That's what I'm saying. Oh God. So we got misguided. So this is why men cheat. They're misguided. Because how much strength do you have to be having 3, 4, or even 2 women? Or worse yet, 2 families to be dealing with at the same time. You're only one person. So we got misguided, then we got racism. So racism in this sense is competition. Competing with other men. Because it's a cultural thing. So it's like who can get the most gal, get the most respect in the man's world. So it's misguided competition. We have true confession, stubbornness of the elder. So just an unwillingness to change. So no matter how old the men get, it's just how they roll. Because it's their culture. And because they are not mature enough to stand out from their group and say, yo, I'm not even going to indulge in that nonsense anymore because I got something that I'm building. I want to be there for my family. I want to be a good example. I don't want to look back on my life and say that I did not play my part as a man or as a father. You're too immature to care. So we got miracle, divorce. The underlying score is miracle, divorce. So it's like when you're in partnerships, you can't wait to be let go. So you'll argue. And this is why so many women become single mothers. Childcare. You don't want to be responsible. So when family life gets hard, when money gets tight, when the children start getting unruly, when you start having to sacrifice your free time to be a daddy or to be a husband, all of a sudden you don't want to be there. You just don't care anymore. You want to go. Majority of men are like this because they're immature. So what do you think is the purpose of relationships? The purpose of relationships is so that you have a help. The purpose of a relationship is not just for entertainment unless that's what you state you want in the beginning. So if somebody is getting with you to marry you and all of that, then obviously it's not for entertainment and it's not for the short term. It's an investment of time and energy. It's knowing that if you get sick, God forbid, you have somebody who will be there for you. Somebody will help you to take care of yourself if you get sick. It's not that you men don't know how to love. It's that you don't want to do it properly. And you don't want to grow up when it comes to that part of your life. Unfortunately. But women don't like that. So ladies, what are you going to do? Let's get some advice for the ladies. What is your advice for women who are in relationships with men who keep on cheating and men who like to run away from their responsibility as father, who like to run away from their responsibility as husband when it comes to like helping to keep the house clean and helping to cook food if the woman's not available or whatever, even if they're both working? Housework is not a woman's job. It's a people job. Just remember that. But what's your advice for women who find themselves in relationships with men who just can't seem to keep their dick in their pants for all sorts of stupid reasons, and they be hiding it from them and all these things? What is your advice for such women, please? Okay. So I'm being led to 2 decks because when I started getting gray hairs, because I was dealing with men who don't want to, they want to talk a good game and then not manifest any of it. It's like, why the fuck are you here? And the thing is, when we're young, we're so naive, we tend to believe the men's lies. And they're playing the game in a cheating way, but we're playing the game fair. So it's like they have our loyalty, but we never truly have theirs. And because that's the case, but their mouth is saying one thing and their actions are telling a completely different story, we're forever frustrated as women because it's like, why aren't you treating me right? But ladies, the answer is he doesn't want to. He doesn't care that much to treat you right. And he doesn't care that much to learn how to treat you right. So when you meet upon somebody like that, what you do about the situation is obvious. It doesn't matter how cute they are, how much money they have. What matters is how much do you value yourself? How much do you value your peace? How much do you value a positive life trajectory? Because you're going to have to be constantly be dealing with a man who is dealing with other girls, possibly bringing diseases to you, and crazy girls. You can never get proper commitment from them because their mind is always elsewhere. They never truly take the time to get to know you, to know what your true value is, because they don't care enough. Why would I want a man like that? I don't want a man like that. I'm not interested. I don't care how cute you are, how much money you got, how good you have, how good you can fuck. I don't care. Keep it. I'll teach the man who is coming to me how to fuck. I'll teach him how to make his own money so he can be loaded too. And I'll do whatever I can to bring his appearance up to spec. If that's the case, I'll work for what the fuck I want. Give me a man who is responsible. Give me a man who is respectable. Give me a man who is fair. Give me a man who is thoughtful. I'll start there. Let's get our priorities in check, ladies. If you tend to bypass all of the responsible men and try to get a rude boy, then don't complain when he behaves like a rude boy. Okay? The only time I want a man to be a rude boy is when we're in bed. Okay? Otherwise, treat me with some care. Treat me with some TLC. God damn it. And the thing is, after they stress us out, yeah, and we start looking old and bothered and decrepit and downtrodden, you know what they do? They leave us and go find somebody who looks like a bright and puffy rose. So they meet us looking like this. They treat us like shit while we keep constantly wanting them to treat us good. Oh, I know he's gonna change. I know. No, he's not. But we stay there thinking, yeah, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Because I'm treating him good, so he's gonna end up treating me good. Yo, shit don't work like that. How often does it work like that? So you're there holding on to hope that your man is going to start to treat you with the respect that you're giving him, the consideration that you're giving him, only for it never to happen. And you're so frustrated and so downtrodden that it starts showing on your fucking face. Because how much time you spend being sad? How much time do you spend being disappointed? How much time do you spend being angry? It will start to take shape on your face. You wear those faces long enough, it becomes a part of you. And when you're no longer beautiful, he leaves you and go find somebody who is now beautiful, who is fresh. Women, know how you're dealing with yourself when it comes to relationships. Don't allow nobody to beat you down like that, and certainly don't allow yourself to do that to yourself, because when you look old and decrepit, he move on to the next beautiful thing. When he leave you, you're supposed to look like this. Hot. Don't you put yourself in this situation where you need to be faking a smile. When you smile, you're supposed to smile straight from your heart, not just by your face. Actually be happy. It's about time we start getting this shit right. Because instead of taking our power back, what we're doing is doing what the fuck they're doing, and that's just bringing down our value. So now everybody thinks that it's cool to be a whore. Everybody thinks it's cool to cheat on him because he cheated on you. That is not the right direction. I'm pretty sure of that. Because you're doing exactly what he's doing. You're going in the wrong direction. Being a bad bitch is not fucking cool. And that's the reason they look at our race and they want to say that we are the least desirable. We are at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to choosing a wife or choosing a mate. Why? Because we're focusing in all the wrong things. We focus on our beauty more than we focus on building ourselves in our entirety. Don't just call yourself a queen. Act like one. And not them Queen Elizabeth type of queen and them kind of bitch queen there. I'm talking about real queen. Real royalty. Respect yourself. And don't take no shit from nobody. Don't be afraid to spend time by yourself. Don't be afraid to go at life by yourself. If you can't find nobody to fucking treat you right, adopt the mentality, I'd rather be alone than unhappy. Because after they break down your beauty and they break down your self-confidence and they break down your self-worth, they fucking leave you with your broken ass and move on to somebody else who look whole, who look put together. Don't do that to yourself. People want to know why the fuck I single. Do I look like I want a problem? I would rather be alone than unhappy, you see me? Because if I'm gonna get my ass up out of my bed to go cook for somebody, or wash them clothes, or suck them dick, or fuck them, or look after their children outside, because you know now people come with baggage and whatnot, he need to be worth it. What am I getting in return? Right now the prospects don't look so good. That's why I single. Invest in who? For what? And what am I getting? Relationships are investments. You could have been using your time and your energy and your money on better things that's going to bring you actual returns of happiness, productivity, progress. Instead of being sad because you can't get your man to treat you the way how you're supposed to be treated. Eh? You want to be sad and want to be calling gal and a cuss off gal. Eh? And I compete with gal for man that don't care about either of you. Haven't you seen Jerry Springer? Yo, Jerry Springer. Listen, yeah. Jerry Springer is such an avenue of rawness and truth when it comes to man telling you exactly how they think. I call him Uncle Jerry. Because he will give you the fuckeries. He will allow the people to talk their nonsense and show how stupid they actually are. But he asks them some very intelligent questions. So if you want to watch Jerry Springer and just see the gossip part and don't listen to what Jerry actually be saying to these people, and his bit at the end, then you will have wasted your whole energy and your and all the time that you've been watching that show. Look, we got man-made drought at the bottom of the deck. That's exactly what we have. We're empty. They do not fill us up. The men do not fill us up with anything that is of value. They fill us up with sperm and that's it. They fill us up with sperm. We get all excited. Oh, I'm having his baby, and then he fucking leave you with the child. What's the point? When are you going to learn? A man is supposed to fill you up with good treatment, happiness, TLC, tender loving care. You're supposed to know you have somebody in your corner who treats you with respect because he sees you as somebody deserving of respect. Not see you as somebody deserving of respect and just don't give a fuck and do whatever you like anyway. What you do with a man like that? So let's see what's God's advice on what we should do with men like this, yeah. And then you look after his hair. When you're taking time and spending your money looking after him real nice, you neglect your own self. Because that's what love does. Which is natural. But the way he's treating you is better you were investing all them care in your damn self. I know a woman who got dreadlocks and she man have dreadlocks, and you want to see she man dreadlocks and see hers. When I saw her dreadlocks, I'm like, what the fuck? Eh? And when you look at his dreadlocks, he look like a prince. And she look like some bum on the street. And she's the one who's taking care of his dreadlocks. What's that about? Must be mad. I swear the type of love that we be giving to these men nowadays, they don't deserve it. You need to stop. You're beating a dead horse. You're throwing away your money, you're throwing away your energy, you're throwing away things that could be of value to you. They're not worth it. Look at that. The underlying issue. Disintegrate. God said let go that. It's already disintegrating anyway, so why are you holding on to the relationship? So what's God's advice? We got man-made drought. We have air animal. I'm hearing fly away. Yeah, God said, you have man problem, fly away, be free like a bird. The underlying issue, like I said, is disintegrate the relationship. Just let that shit go. God is calling you guys a village. So the two of you together supposed to be a team. But all you're getting from your neighbor is rain. Making you cry. Making you sad. Making you upset. Making you confused. Making you want to hurt him. Don't do that. And look, what you crying about? The corporation. There is no damn corporation. Look, be energy you're putting into this person who is not even stable, unearthly. You're playing your role and he's fucking using you. Stop the nonsense, ladies. Stop the nonsense. God said fly away. Leave. Disintegrate. You're not building anything. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your years. And I don't care who vex with me. Gentlemen, if you want to have 2 gal and 3 gal and 4 gal, tell your gal first. Get with gal who cool with you having 2 gal and 3 gal and 4 gal. Stop fucking around with women who expect to have an exclusive relationship. It's wrong. If you can't keep your dick in your pants, stay single and fuck as you like. Do not be getting with girls and what's it, don't fucking impregnate them. You want to plant seed but you don't want her. You want to plant seed just so you can get hold of her, but you have no good intentions for her. Go about your business. And woman, you need to learn to love yourself and respect yourself and be cool by your damn self. Let them watch you from afar, see how sexy and rosy and successful you are. Ask God to send you the man that is for you. And stop going out there trying to find somebody because you're bored or because you're lonely. Because you're just inviting trouble into your life. It's better you be alone than unhappy. The happiness that you think you're going to find by inviting these men in your life is an illusion. That they will happily manifest. Because man are much better at pretending to love you than they are at actually fucking loving you. When they actually start loving you, they start to malfunction. So you need to be mindful when you see a man is being too nice to you. When they actually start to love you, they start to fucking malfunction. And start to run away and shit. Bringing you more confusion. Why? Because it's not culturally acceptable in the man's world. In a man's world, it's not good for a man to actually love his wife and support his wife and be a good father to his children and put in the effort to learn how to upgrade himself and his family. In a man's world, it's not acceptable for a man to turn down a sexy gal. All of a sudden you're gay, or you're soft, or you're whipped. It's never that he has principles. It's never that he has such respect for his woman and value his relationship so much that he does not want to do anything to jeopardize it. His friends just won't understand. And the philosophy, unfortunately, is bros over hoes. Even if your wife is not a whore. Just put your boys first. If you want a man, you need to ask God to send you a man. And make sure that you're a woman. Because if God send you a man before you're a woman, you're going to become like the man that you're trying to get rid of, or the man you hope to get rid of, or the man that's making you cry and frustrate you on a daily basis. You want to be a power couple? What does that actually look like? What does that actually entail? A real power couple, not these fucking imitation business that me see society is trying to culture. A real power couple is the couple who keep everybody else out. You see their marriage vows? Forsaking all others. That's real power. It's not just about money, it's about principles. It's about morality. It's about respect. It's about maturity. It's about self-discipline, self-restraint. It's about proper higher reasoning. About power couple. Nonsense. That's why we can't thrive. That's why we can't rise. According to how they say in church, you're not equally yoked. You're yoked with a joker. But the sex is good. Fuck that. It's better you live on your own and have your own peace and call him for a fuck when you're ready and send him away when you're done. So you can maintain your meditation. Stay focused. Fuck all that. Shit. Nonsense. Instead of taking your power, you're allowing these men to turn you into what the fuck they are. Exactly what we hate about them. And you think that that's okay. Or you decide to turn into a lesbian. Lesbian cheat too. Lesbian we go suck one, what you call it? A contaminated pum pum and come kiss you upon your mouth. What's the difference? Lesbians commit domestic violence too. They'll beat your ass. Lesbians will control you too. They'll tell you what to wear and where to go and who to talk to and who not to talk to. What's the difference? Lesbians will watch you go out and work and make the money, and when you come home with the money, they take all of it and do as they like. Making a mess of your lives. For what? For who? I don't care who don't like me. The truth hurts, but it's not an offense. Snap out of the shit. Fuck. If you're the one carrying him, then clearly you don't fucking need him. Just allowing these men to turn you into what you don't even want to look at yourself at when you see yourself in the mirror. If somebody bring out the worst in you, they're not the one. You're going backwards in that case. They're not the one for you. What's God's advice for women who find themselves with men like these? God said, first of all, it's time for you to leave. Fly away. Set yourself free. Because you have a man there and you're still empty. What's the point? Tell me you're fucking whore at the beginning so I could decide if I want a whore in my life or not. Gentlemen, tell me if you're a bumbleclot whore. So, God's advice to you ladies, we have natural born leader. It says you were born to lead others. It is a part of your life's path. I'm getting live by example. You are an example. So if the little ones see you staying with somebody who treats you like shit like this, then what are you teaching them? You were born to lead others. If they watch you stay in an abusive relationship, if they watch you stay in a relationship where you're unhappy all the time, they'll think that that shit is normal. At the bottom of the deck, we have spiritual teacher. What are you teaching? Those who look up to you. Those who are watching you. God says it's not a good look. You have to mind what you're teaching the next generation. You have to lead. You have to lead them properly. Because you are a teacher whether you like it or not. So you're not just living for yourself. You're living for those who would look up to you as well. Do you know how hard it is to watch your daughter in an abusive relationship? Do you know how hard it is to watch your child be in an abusive relationship? It's hard for a child to watch their parents stay in an abusive relationship too. And that's the reason why some children don't have no respect for their parents. Because it looks like you don't have no respect for yourself. So it's like, why should they respect you? They see you as, excuse my language, fucking idiot, basically. They'll say that to you, maybe not in those words, but that's what they're saying. They see you as a fool. Because children aren't stupid. But this is why we have to be mindful of how we're setting our path. If you set your path in a way that you become dependent on somebody, then it's hard for you to leave and make your life the quality that you know that you can make it. This is why I say you need to have your own house, your own car, your own money, your own job, your own friends, your own family. Have your own, just in case. Because the statistics show that most relationships, they dissolve. Whether you last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 75 years. Majority of relationships, they break apart. I'm not going to tell you to bring that energy in on yourself, but be wise about how you're going forward. If you have your own and they have their own, then it's the more for you. You rent out one house and you split the proceeds from the house. You use the proceeds from the house to pay for the utilities or whatever in the house. You can't go wrong. But always have your own so you don't have to take no shit from nobody. Because there are people looking up to you for guidance, whether you're talking to them or not. They might watch what you do. They're watching how you handle things. So we got spiritual teacher, we got parting ways. Show them how to live. Show them how to stand on your own 2 feet. Show them how to respect yourself. Show them how to not take shit from nobody. This mama didn't raise no fool. So if you train them up in the right way and they end up doing dumb shit, you're not to be blamed for that. You did your job. But staying in these relationships with these stupid men who have no respect for you, no respect for your union, that's not you doing your job. That's you falling from grace. I wanted to do a gossip reading, you know. I wanted the reading to be fun, but I can't. I can't because it hurts. And it's not fair to yourself. And gentlemen, it's not fair to the women. I know it don't really bother you because the shoe is not on your foot. But don't worry, God knows how to fix that. So you can see from the other person's perspective. And you will know that what you're doing and how you're going about doing it is wrong. Have a million girl if you want to, but tell me first. So I can decide if I want to be a part of that or not. And if we're already in a relationship and partway through you decide that you want to be with somebody else and I decide I want to leave, then you need to help me to make preparations for me to fucking leave you. That's what they call alimony. By right, you have inconvenienced me because I didn't expect to leave you. I didn't expect to have to go find someplace else to live and create a whole new life for myself, so you should pay. And you shouldn't need a court to tell you that. It's the decent thing to do. If you want to have your freedom, you need to pay for that shit. Set me the fuck up. Give me a space where I don't have to watch you with your nastiness. And go on, do your thing. And if I didn't have a job because I was a stay-at-home wife, then you need to be paying my rent for a while. Till I can get myself on my own 2 feet. And women, don't fuck around. Actually try and get yourself on your own 2 feet. Don't become a leech and a fucking sponge just because you can. Or else you're in breach of the contract. It's about time that we start acting like we got some sense around here. When it comes to relationships. And you know better. Anyway. All of you types, stay away from me. I beg. I'm not interested. Thank you very much. Goodbye.